Welcome to Grown Men Chopping It Up. This your boy J.R. Ryder, and I'm with my ace,
Kerry. I say Kerry with a K. This is a safe place for a grown-up after dark talk.
We'll give you a few minutes to put the kids to bed.
Cause it's 21 and notice, 21 and notice, 21 and
Alright, let's get to it.
Today's episode brought to you by Salad Bowling. Salad bowling is to stick one's thumb up the anus or colon of a small person, otherwise a midget, and hurl it across the room like a bowling ball. Dorothy said to Toto, "Do you fancy a game of salad bowling to these munchkins?" So anyhow, this is Grown Man Chopping It Up. This is Kerry with a K by himself. J.R. Ryder is on vacation right now, and we're having a couple of computer problems, so I'm just going to do the show by myself right now. So, sit back, take a listen. Hopefully something I'm saying will help you out. Now, the first topic is there are 5 reasons why hoes are winning and you're not. This is for the ladies. Now, I'm not saying side chicks. Now, a lot of terms are like side chicks are winning. I'm not talking about side chicks right now. I'm talking about hoes. Straight up hoes. So, number 1, hoes don't play games. Yes, you know that game you keep playing with your man. To the one you call where he calls and you don't pick up. Yeah, that game. So when you clean up your apartment, you go shopping, get the car washed, talk on the phone to your homegirl for an hour, get on Instagram, then you call him back 5 hours later. Well, the hoe ain't playing that game. She's unlike you. She don't play games. Number 2, hoes stroke egos. I know his belly's a little round, and he probably didn't eat a burger for lunch, but why do you need to mention that to him? Why would you say, "Yuck, babe, you know you don't need that burger with extra cheese"? Yeah, I made the girl sound stupid because that's how we do it. So you don't have to tell him that. The hoe's not doing that. She's not frowning up her face. In fact, she's driving him straight to the Five Guys where he gets a double patty. After he washes that down, she tells him how big, strong, and handsome he is. Why? Hoes stroke egos. While you're complaining, she's telling him how smart he is. You see that? That's something that y'all should be working on. But no. Number 3, hoes are winning. Hoes are fun. That's right, hoes are fun. Tons and tons of fun. I'm not just talking about sexually either. I'm talking about hoes aren't uptight. A better word for it is being approved. They know how to relax and enjoy life. They crack jokes and laugh at them too. If he wants to go to the movies to see Mortal Kombat, she's down to go and wants to go because it sounds fun. Meanwhile, you're talking about how stupid the movie looks. Fun means open and easygoing. Are you easygoing or are you approved? Hoes are fun because your man is hanging out with them, basically. If you're a little uptight, then that's an internal problem that's easily corrected. Your issue might just be forgiveness. Number 4, hoes are available. While you're sitting there pretending to be busy, taking meetings, brunch with the girls, yoga class, and that appointment with your therapist, you're losing. Your man wants to spend time with you, but you're unavailable because you're doing all this other crap. They do all this as well, but it's well balanced. I see women intentionally crowding their schedules and then wonder why their man isn't around. When you're being fake busy, he's calling someone who isn't. Most likely a hoisha. The one who is about to take your place. Hoisha. So anyhow, those are 3 reasons. Now I'm going to go into those are 4 reasons actually. I'm going to go into the 5th reason. The 5th reason is hoes aren't complicated. Spare me the sob story about your childhood girlfriend. Everybody had one. That being complicated for no reason, arguing, being defensive, being mean, whether it's to him or not, he's watching you. And putting up the walls is a headache. Hoes aren't complicated. They go with the flow. He's not going to sit there and try to figure out what's going on with you. Not at age 30. There's some hot 25-year-old girl who would love to listen to him talk about Steph Curry. He's not arguing with you about your insecurities. No, not at all. Especially if he stopped fussing with you a long time ago. He's just going to hop in that whip or that flight and peel out Miss Non-Complicated's apartment. Isn't that interesting? I got one tip for each of the people I mentioned earlier. It's actually had nothing to do with sex. After looking at my notes before, I actually realized it boiled down to one thing. It's easier. Men like for their dynamics with women to be easy and non-complicated. How could this work in your favor? Just don't be complicated. I know so many women that complicate things for no reason. Just being weird and off-putting just for the sake of doing it. All those unhealed wounds are highly unattractive. If you don't want to lose out to these hoes, then it's best you adopt some of them ways of being, Be a little hoish. And your dude might be winning with you. That's what's going to count. So, I did want to take the time out to do one thing for the dudes. Now, I noticed there's some dudes out there that have been having sex for a long time. They doing it. They doing it big. So, dudes that are most likely dudes that are over 30, over 40, maybe even over 50. Now, when you're that old, you've been having a lot of sex or you've been masturbating a lot over the years. There's a product that I want you to look into. It's called Man 1 Man Oil. It's spelled Man 1, Man the number 1, and then again it's Man OIL. Man 1 Man Oil. Now the thing is, when you've been masturbating a lot for a lot of years, or you've had a whole lot of sex, especially if you're not circumcised, or actually especially if you are circumcised, either way. Now the head of your penis gets what they call a callus. Now the callus is not like the callus on your feet or your hands. It's a callus that makes it so the head of your penis isn't as sensitive as it used to be. So they got this stuff called Man 1 Man Oil, and it gets you back your sensitivity after you use it consecutively for days. Like you have to use it day after day, and eventually you'll get your sensitivity back. And it's for men that have masturbation health issues. So it says don't ignore your penis health. Get this stuff together. So it's on sale at Amazon, and I think it's under $20 on Amazon. So you should take a look and go pick that up because it's actually going to help you a whole lot. So hopefully you're listening to what I'm saying and somebody go out there and get it, man, because that's what we need. We got to look out for it for ourselves because nobody else is. So now, the next topic I'm going into is 12 reasons why your woman will end up cheating on you. 12 reasons. Now, this is a lot of reasons, but I don't have a second host, so it's not going to seem like that much because we usually go a little longer than this. Now, the 12th reason is you stopped lifting weights. Before you met your girl, you were always in the gym, squatting, deadlifting, benching until you puked. But now you're getting regular sex, your drive to keep up your physical edge has dwindled, and now your diet has gone to shit. Like you eating burgers and fries and all this other shit that you didn't eat before y'all met. Keep it up, and your girl will be blowing someone else who look like you used to look. Number 11, your hygiene has slipped. When you're approached by your woman, your breath was minty fresh. When she first got with you, it smelled like, winter green. Your facial hair was neat and trimmed. Your clean masculine scent always prompted compliments from her. Since then, you gotten lazy and slacked off your daily hygiene regimen. Girls are flaky by nature, so they're always looking for a reason to switch cocks. Switch cock. Chronic bad breath and body odor are these days both very good reasons for her to jump ship. So get that shit in check, fellas. Number 10, you pay less attention to your threads. Now, I know threads is kind of an old term. Your duds, your gear, you know what I'm saying, your flyness. This was one of the things I was guilty of back in the day. So the more comfortable I got with her, the less care I took in my appearance when I went to see her, which was reflected in my attitude. Dress like a rock star, you'll act like one. This isn't to say you should dress to the nines all the time, but if you stop trying altogether, your girl will notice and start to explore greener pastures. Number 9, you watch too much porn. Guilty. Guilty. I'm so guilty that sometimes I'm watching porn and I show her scenes. Like, oh, you should look at this, man. Which is probably breaking all the rules, right? So, porn has its place, but whacking off to it too much depletes your testosterone and drastically reduces your sex drive. Pay attention now. I'm going to say that again. Porn has its place, but whacking off to it too much depletes your testosterone and drastically reduces your sex drive. If you're not fucking your woman because you can't keep the chicken choking in front of a screen to a minimum, she's going to find a cock more willing than yours. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Number 8, you stopped approaching. Once again, I've been guilty of that. So, the thing is, my friends with benefits years and years ago, right? Years and years ago, was providing me with sex so frequently, that I didn't need to go out and add other chicks to my roster anymore. Chateau's 7th commandment of Poon states, always keep 2 in the kitty. Having a backup chick or 3 creates that all-important abundance mentality which is paramount to your overall game. Don't let one good pussy keep you from the acquisition of others, because the moment you do, your leverage is out the door and the shit tests are sure to follow. That's for single dudes, not for dudes that are married or in a relationship. So that's the disclaimer. Number 7, your frame has weakened. When your woman threw a fit because you didn't remember your 2-week anniversary, you laughed at her and treated her like the petulant 2-year-old she was acting like. These days, you fed into her shenanigans more than you used to, which means she got her foot in the door to emotionally manipulate you. She may start banging a dude on the side who doesn't give a shit about, or 2 tears or caves in her tantrums. So the thing is, you're paying too much close attention to her shit fits and all that. You need to act like you used to and be like, fuck all that shit, swallow the dick. Anyway, number 6, you don't dominate her in bed. As far as sex is concerned, different girls have different preferences at different times, but one thing they all have in common is that they want to be physically dominated sexually. They need to be taken by a man in a way that's firmly encoded in their DNA. Like you firmly encode that nut into her DNA. There's a time and place to make sweet love to her, but a woman doesn't feel like a woman unless she's being ravaged by a dominant man. This is what she wants and needs. If you're not giving it to her, don't be surprised if someone else will pull her hair and smack her ass. You know what I'm saying? Number 5, you spend too much money on her. Don't give her gifts, give her tingles. This was a big one for me back in the day. I meet a girl, we start having sex, and I start buying her shit. A lot of shit. Big fucking mistake. Rewarding women with money or extravagant gifts will place her value above yours, and it's all downhill from there because she thinks she's more important than you. Nobody's suggesting you shouldn't buy anything for her, but if she's a good woman, but the best reward you can give a woman is time and attention. Let the government, white knights, and her orbiters pick up the tab, and she'll bounce like a bad check. Number 4, you talk shit about other men. Nothing says beta like he's an idiot for spending that much on a car, or all those tats make him look stupid, or he's such a douchebag. Hating on another dude's presence in front of your woman is a feminine trait and screams lack of confidence. So let the niggas live. You know what I'm saying? If he might be a handsome dude, you ain't got to comment at all. So keep trashing those dudes if you want to, but I can guarantee your girl's fantasizing about blowing him in that fancy car of his, which he should be because you're acting like a female. Number 3, you never tell her no. That's a big no-no. Your girl has every right to cheat on you if you're not man enough to put your foot down and tell her you're not taking her to see the latest rom-com, or that you're not going with her to hang out with her girlfriends to squawk about bullshit and drink cosmopolitans all night. A woman wants and needs a man to keep her in line, but not catering to her every whim. If your spineless ass isn't cutting it, don't be surprised when she fucks a man who puts her in her place and keeps you around to satisfy all her non-sexual needs. You take it out to dry cleaning, and he's slapping that ass. Number 2, you fail too many shit tests. When you first hooked up, you'd swat away shit tests like pesky flies. Pew, pew, pew. But the little time has passed and you're getting comfortable. So you let your guard down a little bit. Perfectly natural, raw, human. But little by little, she starts shit testing you with increasing frequency. Before you know it, you're sniveling mess, begging her not to leave, and coming up with the reason the two of you don't need to take a break like she suggested. You're about to walk right out of the door to teach your weak-minded ass a lesson. And the number 1 reason is you're a closet white knight. At least men who are openly white knights are keeping it 100. Despite frequenting neo-masculine websites and commenting on arguments and message boards, you're still secretly holding on to that NAWALT that your woman should love me for me, or any other ridiculous notion that you claim to see the light on. No matter how well you think you hide it, your girl will eventually sniff it out. Females have a supernatural ability to quickly detect incongruity, and when that happens, she'll step out on you if she doesn't leave altogether. White knights, closet or public, don't deserve the affections of a woman, period. So the conclusion is, while it's important to understand that occasional slip-ups in the game are inevitable, it's more important to drill this one unshakable truth about today's sexual marketplace. The game never ends, ever. I understand as well as anybody here that it can be a grind to never let your guard down around a woman, but we were born men, which means we're equipped to deal with it and even thrive in these situations. We can bitch and moan about how easy women have it and how difficult it is for us to be out there, but personally, I wouldn't have it any other way. Hardship, pain, and stripes are all things we were built to overcome. Point blank, if your girl cheats on you, it's your fault. It's your responsibility as a man to keep your woman in check, because if she's ill-equipped, nor can she be trusted to keep herself together. Kind of like he said in the movie The Meg. If the subject wake up with some money, if the subject wake up with some money, we all lose. You know what I'm saying? It's Goldie, baby. So anyhow, this is Kerry with a K, and this has been Grown Men Chopping It Up. This is a shorter episode because I have 2 topics, and there's no other 2 to go with it. So make sure that you email us at grownmenchoppingitup@gmail.com. and we'll keep going with the episodes.
So that concludes our show tonight. We know there's a lot of podcasts you could be listening to
And should be listening to.
so we thank you for riding with us. I'm J.R. Ryder.
And I'm Kerry with a K. Make sure you look us up on Facebook or Instagram, or get at us on grownmenchoppingitup@gmail.com. That's spelled out GROWNMENCHOPPINGITUP. And remember, everybody kneeling ain't praying.
Peace.